Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We discuss 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. We'll go ahead and get started with our guest today. First question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Certainly, I'm Dean Butler. I'm founder of FraCIOnal. We help small to mid-size organization leaders who might otherwise be at a loss as to what they should be spending on technology, why their technology support's running around like chickens with their head cut off, chasing down one problem after another, to know exactly what, when, and why they should be investing in technology to improve productivity and get back to what they love, running their business.
Fantastic. Question number 2, what's the best thing about working with a team?
For me, the best thing about working with a team has always been that excitement when they come to me after having found the solution to a problem or an opportunity that they've been working on.
That sounds great. Now, do you find that there's a group effort then? Is that kind of what's happening, or do you delegate that out and let them take care of it?
Quite often it's, I might be the leader of the team, but they're the ones that are heads down trying to find the solutions, working together. And, it's great when they come running into my office and say, hey, I've figured it out.
Figured it out.
Cool.
That's got to be fulfilling and satisfying. That's great. Question number 3, I hear from other leaders of teams that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell us your thoughts.
So what I've found is if I start out by understanding what each of the team members' interests are and what their strengths are, not just their skills, but what strengths do they have that enable them to be skillful, to be an expert in certain situations, and then find ways of allowing them to exercise those interests and skills. That goes a long way to getting them engaged because they're doing something they love and they're exercising skills that they have, so they know they're also going to be successful at it.
Absolutely. I completely agree that strengths-based and skill-based, interest-based, all of those things are really important to drive engagement. That's a great comment. Question number 4, what other piece of advice do you have for leaders of teams?
So one of my pet peeves, and I get up on my soapbox on often, is when I see a meme that says, leadership good, management bad. And it's so not true. Both leadership and management skills are necessary. So that's the first point. Second point, with regards to leadership, I think people tend to forget that being a leader just means you have followers. And typically someone has followers because they demonstrate, enforce, reward the accepted norms of that team. And that can be good or bad. So if you're a new leader trying to lead a new team and you're struggling, you might want to look for that person that's being a better leader, trying to enforce the status quo. And sometimes that's the person on the team, that individual contributor that's been there for years. They have been through one leader after another. They've tried one thing after another, and they keep coming back to their established norms and can tell you why some new idea won't work. And it's important to understand where they're coming from if you want to make progress and improve that team's performance. Harder still is when that leader is somebody above you and maybe is enforcing norms that is contrary to where the organization needs to be going. And that's an even harder sell, but it's important to know where those leaders are that have the followers that you're trying to influence.
Great ideas, and appreciate you sharing those ideas for especially the newer leaders who are cutting their teeth, so to speak, and
Right.
still learning how to lead people in an effective way. Question number 5, what other successful leaders of teams would you like to recognize that have had a positive influence in your life?
So probably the best leader of an organization that I've ever worked for is Terry Moore, who was the CEO of Mid-Michigan Health. Did his best to know as many people as he could within the organization, and just an outstanding leader. And a more departmental leader, clearly the best I ever worked for was Julie Boyer at Health Plus of Michigan, now part of the Health Alliance plan. couple of individuals that it's been my honor to work with and be colleagues of are John Hillman and Buck Bryan. And then two people that I've just recently met that have done great things in their career and continue to do so are Bob Whistler of Whistler Associates and Doug Miller of Brightworks Group.
Well, very good. They sound like fantastic individuals, so thank you for
Really are.
recognizing them. Question number 6, tell us about your first job.
Sure. So my first job was actually mowing lawns for a realtor at her vacant listings.
So you are maintaining the properties to keep them presentable to the public, so to speak, huh?
Yep, exactly.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Dean. We appreciate you being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
I can be reached at dean@FraCIOnal.com. You can find my website at FraCIOnal.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn, Dean Butler Jr., or look for FraCIOnal.
Very good. Thank you very much. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn by searching Blue Sky Business Consulting. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.